Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down the gauntlet, making them hard. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Good Sunday morning. We're going to do this again. We just started it. We were 5 minutes in, and I realized this idiot did not hit the record button. Good morning, boys. We are here after a long night of wrestling, AEW wrestling, and it's long in a lot of ways. It's long because there are parts where it's like, oh my God, can this thing just end? And it's long because it's always 4 hours. But boys, this wasn't a bad night of wrestling. Yeah. It had its ups and downs.
Its ups was everything except for Moné.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Ricky, and I'm gonna disagree with you. I am going to definitely disagree with you, but let's just get into it here. I'll ask again, who did not make it through the last couple matches? I was one of them. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Actually, I think I missed 3. But I went back down this morning and watched it. It was a long match. We had the free link, right? And I was trying to stream it from my computer, cast it downstairs, and it kept buffering so I ended up buying it. So
yeah, I wasn't.
There, Jim Cornette.
There was like an issue, I think, after the pre-show ended, and it was probably about 5-10 minutes into the Ospreay and Fletcher match, I think, before it finally cut back in for me.
Yeah, that's where I took over because I didn't. I missed how he busted his head open. He hit his head on the stairs or something like that. Or Scotty conveniently said blade. Blade job. So,
for me, I tried to cast it off my phone, screen share onto my Roku, and watch it big screen. And Jason, same issues you were having, I had. It just kept cutting off. It kept buffering. So I finally said, fuck this, and just put it on my phone kept it on my phone the rest of the night. But yeah, I was like, okay, this might be a cool idea because I know, I've seen people screen share stuff before. I was like, oh, this might be a way to sit there and watch it and actually watch it on the big screen. Maybe I can actually focus on it and actually care about it because it's on the big screen. And nope. So I just turned it on my phone and let it run that way. So
I had mine on the phone and I tried to do the same thing. I was trying to send it to the big TV and it just would not cast for nothing. And then finally I turned it on the PC here and I have that big monitor for the rewind over there hanging from the ceiling, so it just mirrored to there from the PC. It was all seamless after that.
she said semen.
Mm-hmm.
My computer's upstairs, obviously, in my office, and my living room TV is downstairs. So I had to run up and down the stairs 3 or 4 times. I was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm not in for
an HDMI cord. It's like 50 feet.
Well, 50.
Yeah. Just run right down the stairs every time we watch it.
I would need it. I'm gonna need it longer.
We'll get 100.
Yeah, it sounds like a pain in the ass, but anyway, that's the first time I ever had a problem with that link. So thank you, Ricky, and fuck you, Ricky, at the same time. Anyway, let's get into it here. We had 3 pre-show matches, which doesn't seem like any of us watched. Outrunners and Top Flight versus
The first one was Tony Storm and Layla Gray.
That was the first one. Okay. Tony.
Yeah. So now I get the whole
brand new Tony Storm.
Yeah. Now I get the whole thing. Like she's got amnesia or something. I don't know.
Well, it's post-traumatic syndrome. That's what it is.
Yeah. There we go.
She's traumatized from Mariah May.
No, it's post Tony stress syndrome
Is that
or
what it is?
post-Tony derangement syndrome.
Tony is an eye, right? Tony's an eye.
I think it's Tony as a blow.
Okay.
Tony, why?
Gotcha. All right. So we had Tony Storm versus Layla Gray. Tony Storm wins that match. Outrunners. And I believe the next match was Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett versus QT Marshall.
QT Marshall. Did QT Marshall win this? Because after
later, Jarrett won.
Okay, later on after this match, Jarrett said that he was going to make a big announcement.
Yeah, he Dynamite. did, but Jarrett ended up winning. I happened to glance over. I think there was distraction from Aaron Solo or whatever, and Jarrett ended up getting the win. I can't even remember. He hit him with what's his version of the skull crushing finale?
No idea.
Where the fuck he calls it?
No idea.
The coconut crusher.
Good enough.
Yeah, I don't.
Good enough. So Jeff Jarrett wins over QT Marshall. Then you had the Outrunners, Top Flight versus Murder Machines, Leo Rush, and Action Andretti. I watched a little bit of this match. They got to find something to do with the Outrunners. I like the Outrunners. I think they're a good tag team. They should be one of the top tag teams, but they are slowly burying these guys a little bit at a time. Every time they put these guys on the pre-show versus Leo Rush and Action Andretti, and
I didn't even recognize Brian Cage with a fucking full beard.
Yeah, the beard. He looks old. Like Brian Cage. You don't even know who it is right now. Yeah, Brian Cage, terrible. And
why they do nothing with him and Archer? They're like two of the biggest guys on the entire roster.
Did you watch them wrestle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just answer your question.
Yeah, it was still a bad match.
No, it was terrible. It was god awful. Leo Rush and Action Andretti's matching jackets with the spikes on them, the Road Warrior spikes that were made of foam. I guess they were. I don't know.
All they needed was those big baseball caps. Because
that's actually good.
They looked fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Terrible. It was Florida. Why are you wearing a winter jacket? Anyway, let's get on to it. Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher opened the night. Match of the night, boys. What do we think? Match of the night.
They blew their load in the first match.
We knew it was going to be tough for them to follow this matchup. Just this thing was. It told a great story from start to beginning. Obviously, Ospreay fell down and hit his head. It wasn't a blade job, Scotty. It was real. He hard-weighted himself. And bled like a stuck pig. It's actually a good visual, because he's got that real blonde beard that you can't ever see.
And that mop of fucking hair.
It was just coated in blood. He beats Kyle Fletcher. Great match. Really good match.
Yeah.
Anything stand out in this match to you guys?
The blood.
It was everything I think I expected it to be. Just a fast-paced, lots of reversals and counters, lot of action, everything you want in a good match.
Great sequences between Kyle Fletcher.
The finish was awesome too.
Yeah. What was that finish?
All the reversals into that. What he hit him with the Styles Clash and beat him.
Yeah, for some reason, and later on we'll see hashtag protect the finish. The Styles Clash was used a few times during the night and never got a pin for it. So
yeah,
finishers definitely don't mean shit.
There's a lot of things used all night, didn't get a pin.
So Ospreay beats Fletcher, moves on to the finals. Then you had Okada versus Ricochet. The winner of this faces Ospreay in the final. Okada beats Ricochet. I'm not surprised because I think they have other plans for Ricochet.
With the Hurt Syndicate.
This was an okay match. I haven't been impressed with Ricochet. Ricochet plays a good heel. He really plays a good heel.
And he bumps very well too.
He bumps like he's the Dolph Ziggler of AEW for sure. He plays such a good heel. I like the part where every time the crowd was booing him pretty good, And the louder they booed, the more he just beat the shit out of Okada. Stomped his face a couple times, just stomped the arm. I mean, just good heel work by Okada. I mean, Ricochet. Best part of it was after it was over and Okada wins, Swerve comes out and has Nana hand out toilet paper to the crowd.
Yeah.
Don't you think that they should have handed this toilet paper out ahead of time? Or do you think it would have never made it to the
It would have
Swerve
never
spot?
made it to the spot.
Yeah, it never
People
made
had already been thrown around, been like beach balls.
It was pretty fun spot there for Swerve. Swerve said he was going to embarrass him pretty bad. And then he decided that he embarrassed himself by losing. And then they all threw toilet paper. And he said, Happy New Year, Trevor.
He had two strands of toilet paper going right around his neck, straight down.
I love
hilarious.
I love it. I love it. That is the AEW version of Kevin Bacon right there. That is the AEW version of Kevin Bacon. So Okada moves on to the finals with Ospreay. You had where we go? MJF versus Adam Cole for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. The new Dynamite Diamond Ring, the one that went from silver to gold. Yeah, that was a good catch on you guys because I didn't even see it.
I thought it looked different too.
This match, I'm gonna say this was the worst match on the card.
Yep. Nope.
And whoever it is agrees. I think this was the worst match on the card. They did tell the story of the ankle of MJF beating up on that ankle again. But I just didn't. They threw the undisputed, whatever they call it, the Kingdom.
MJF slammed his own head into the steps and pretended like they did it while the ref's back was turned.
Were you surprised when MJF bled?
No.
Oh, no. I was because he hates when he's got to follow people that bleed. Number one. I'm sure he was worried about Hep C.
It was cold blood too.
It was what?
Cold blood too at the beginning of the match.
Yeah. Well,
that was as good as the.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was a scared blade job.
Yeah.
For it. That was and he kept doing this, kept rubbing his head. Bro, it never even got down that far.
No.
It never left his hairline. So MJF showed him how to do it the right way.
As Cornette says, a pap smear.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people fall. I've seen my kid fall off his bike and get worse scrapes. But honestly, this match was not that great. The finish was not that great. And the whole thing with, I guess, Undisputed Era and Undisputed Kingdom are coming together. It's going to be one big faction.
Oh, they were one big faction already until they all kind of started to split apart. And, Ricky said on the previous show, like, we were expecting Undisputed Kingdom to turn on Adam Cole. Yeah. And then when they all came together, I'm like, well, now what the frig is going to happen? What are they going to do with this group? Because, like, they, I was hoping that all of them would go their separate ways. They would all do single stuff or what's the tag team?
Taven and Bennett.
They'd be back in the tag team scene and stuff like that.
The ROH tag team scene.
Yeah, well, it's a catering table tag team scene. I mean, those guys need to get some more meat on their bones, anyways. But then they all came back together and like, well, what was the point of all this? We thought the whole thing was for them to turn on Adam.
Well, when they walked up the ramp, I don't know if it wasn't Kyle, it was Roddy Strong. I think it was Roddy that said that no one else wants to do it around here. We're going to do it ourselves or something like that. So I don't know if are they the next opponents for John Moxley's group, maybe?
Land of the factions.
Yeah, it is definitely the land of the factions.
For some reason, like I almost kind of felt they were going to have Wardlow come back because we haven't heard shit from him in quite some time.
He's injured. He's still injured.
Is he?
Yeah, he's injured.
I didn't know if it was injury or contract.
Yeah, he's injured.
Or creative.
Bet he's got a knee injury.
Yeah. Well, sometimes from creative, you can have an injury.
He's still waiting in line for the next blood transfusion.
I mean, what would they really do with Wardlow? I mean, honestly, he's really a one-trick pony. I mean, what did they do with him for his first big run? What did he do?
He swapped the TNT title with Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs.
37 times as TNA champion, 12 power bombs a match. They tried to build him as their Brock Lesnar. He's not Brock Lesnar for sure. Not charismatic enough for sure. So, anyway, where am I at here? So, Adam Cole beats. No, I'm sorry. MJF beats. Oh, yeah, that screwed me up earlier. MJF retains the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Kick to the nuts. Little kick to the nuts. Yeah, like that. That was a good finish. That was a decent finish. Decent finish. Yeah. So, we had Takeshita versus Powerhouse Hobbs for the AEW International Championship. I checked out for this match. This is a match I didn't care about. I walked away. I did not think that Takeshita was losing this match, so I didn't care. I don't even know what I was doing at the time. Did you, Ricky? What did you think of this match? I'm sure you watched it from start to finish.
It was kind of a slow match. They worked the angle with Hobbs' surgically repaired knee. There was a top rope spot where he tried to superplex Hobbs, and they both slipped and fell off each side of the turnbuckle. I think Frosty was screaming botch there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I came in at that time.
It was one of the matches I almost didn't care about. Takeshita wasn't losing that, and he didn't.
Rob, any thoughts on this match?
It's another knee injury.
Yeah. There was a lot.
Third match of the night there was no blood, just knee injury in this one.
Yeah. Well,
I think it was the only match without blood.
Yeah.
One of two, I think.
Yeah, I don't know the Statlander name had it. I don't think there was any blood in that one.
By the way, when they fell off the turnbuckle, he's lucky that he didn't hit the stairs on the way down because they were sitting right there.
Yeah. He's Powerhouse is a big boy.
I kept thinking of that spot where Cash Wheeler caught his bicep on the
and pinched it.
Tore his bicep up. That was gnarly.
Gross. Then you have
we skipped the Tijuana street fight, I believe.
I think I'm trying to. No, I haven't gotten there yet. My list is a little backwards here. Fuck it. Let's get into it. Mariah May, the champion, versus Thunder Rosa. Tijuana street fight. Boys, how disappointed were you there was no donkey?
Yeah.
I was waiting on Tony Khan to come out and try and ride that pinata backwards.
Don't worry, there was two asses in this match.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Thunder Rosa beat the shit out of Mariah May.
Yeah,
she's one tough chick. Those, and I don't know if you guys noticed those thumbtacks. How big were those thumbtacks? They weren't like normal thumbtacks.
Professional grade.
Good Lord, that's commercial grade thumbtacks that they dumped out on the.
They should just use Mega Blocks.
And the finish ended up there was somebody's dead ashes in a bag or something.
It was dirt from Mexico or Tijuana or whatever.
Oh yeah, the most contaminated dirt on the earth. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
should just feather the water from Mexico.
She almost threw it.
Azuma's revenge. Yeah,
right. She almost threw it in Aubrey Edwards' eyes.
Well, I think she did hit Aubrey too, because Aubrey was like, "Oh my God, do I bump here?" I actually thought it was ashes from her dead family or something.
The funny part was, I forgot when MJF was out there and he called her dad Yosemite Sam.
The cane shots from Thunder Rosa. The Nia Jax shots from Thunder Rosa were unbelievable. They were bad. They were really bad.
Soft.
So anyway,
Mariah May, always nice to look at.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
She retains her title here. Second women's match: Mercedes Moné versus Kris Statlander for the TBS championship. Ricky, why did you hate
Match
this
of the night.
It was terrible.
You thought it was terrible?
Slow. It was terrible. There was a couple spots where it seemed like I don't know what the fuck it was where they were trying to do. Was it backstabbers or whatever, and roll her into that stupid bank statement or whatever, and it was all off. Like it was terrible.
The cross arm. It was a cross arm like camel clutch or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné is an awful wrestler. I've always said it. I still say it. I still believe it.
I actually thought you did well. I thought you played well. How
Her
many times?
first match was way better than this.
How many times did Mercedes scream in this one?
Well, when she did, I woke up. That was a couple. There was at least a couple of them.
I don't even see. I don't even remember the screams.
And I agree.
Thought it was good. I thought it was.
I agree with Frosty. The only good spot was where she tied Statlander's boot into the ring apron or under the ring and tried to get the count out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a really good spot. Yeah, that was.
And when she slid in on that close 10 count, that was the look there was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
after she took her boot off, that was right after.
So which, and I will give some AEW some credit here. They are. I don't know who's doing their camera stuff now, who's producing, but they did. There was a lot of camera angles that changed when it should have changed. Like if we just saw her hop up, if they'd have kept the camera where the camera originally was when she jumped up off the mat and climbed in the ring, it looked ridiculous, right? But they switched camera angles and it made it look like, I don't know, she came from nowhere. Like that whole Keith Lee, Adam Cole, Keith Lee would just pop up from nowhere. Great camera. They did a lot of great camera work. Speaking of camera work, they could not stop showing that crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd gave no shits about that match.
It was a pretty good crowd. Did they have any seats in the top section?
No.
I didn't think they did.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, nobody buy those. You want to keep everybody down below.
Yeah, is that what it is?
They just didn't have enough ticket sales to do.
Yeah. They ran out of paper.
That's what it was. They ran out of paper.
Yeah. Tony Khan said, "We'll give you a cheeseburger meal if you buy an upper reserve, but we're gonna move you down into the lower bowl."
Anyway, paper. Mercedes Moné retains her title here. We have our.
I'm kind of wondering if she's going to drop that strong woman's title to Mina Shirakawa.
I think she should.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think she should. Who knows what they're gonna? I would imagine this title that she's carrying now, TNT title, is a little below her. I think that they're gonna move her into that title scene, the main title scene here, real soon.
God, I hope not.
I wish they wouldn't. I wish they'd figure out something with Athena. I wish they'd bring Athena over. I know they're chasing a TV deal right now, so they want to keep Athena face at the top. But
another knee injury in this match too, by the way. Just if you keep count.
Yeah, they were working. Yeah, the knee and Statlander's ankle.
Four knee injuries.
Everybody in AEW apparently has bad knees.
Same. Can you blame them? Find me a match that didn't have an ex WWE person in it.
Takeshita and Hobbs.
Okay, there you go.
Osprey and Fletcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there went that theory. It felt like every match had an ex WWE guy in it at some point.
He'll be next. Theory.
If he's lucky. All right. Finals of the Continental Classic tournament. Will Ospreay versus Okada. It definitely did not match the same energy as match number 1 with Fletcher and Ospreay. But it was a good match. It was really good.
It had some really good spots in it. Again, the Moné match sucked the life out of the entire crowd and definitely me.
That Rainmaker to Spanish Fly. Excellent. And they had a lot of really good spots in this match.
I felt, the old school WWF where in the sleeper hold and you're fading, and the ref lifts your arm and it drops.
Yep.
And he lifts it again and it drops.
That was Hogan's specialty.
Yeah, and then the third one, and it kind of you're fighting for your life. That was me after the Moné match, trying to. And as much as I like the Okada Ospreay match, but man, was I hurting at that point.
Now here's an interesting question for you guys. Did they telegraph the winner of this at the very beginning during Ricochet and Okada? Because I honestly thought that they were going to take this belt off of Okada and put it on Ospreay.
We all did.
And during the commentary of the Ricochet,
Rob.
Yeah, and during the commentary of the Ricochet Okada match, they're touting how good Okada is during tournaments and stuff like that. He's the tournament king, and I'm sitting there, and of course, yes, I submitted my paper late. Yes, I know I'm an idiot, but I literally sat there and I thought to myself, I'm like, they're telegraphing exactly now who's going to win this, because now they're going to be like, the master of tournaments can't not win this tournament, so they're gonna put Okada over, and I'm just like, and then
did you see the interview with Ospreay after his match where he said, I need you guys behind me here. I've lost him 8 out of 10 times, but I need you behind me. So I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah, he's not losing. He's not losing this match. So I went the other way.
And then at the end of the first match, we did see Ospreay do this to Fletcher. So they're not done yet either. So we're going to see them go back into a rubber match.
Now Fletcher's so good.
Yeah, no titles changed hands at this pay-per-view, already, right?
Zero.
You, sir, were correct.
Hold on a second. Let me just answer this phone. Somebody's calling it.
And then after the match,
is it Tony Khan for your booking?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And then after the match, we get the return of the cleaner.
That's right, Kenny Olivier. Kenny Colosby Bag shows up, looking good. He looked really good. Got in the ring. Those kind of moments, like you could tell Kenny missed it.
Yeah,
like his eyes were welling up. Supposedly there's getting ready to be a tournament in New Japan. He's supposed to be in it. I don't think he's cleared to wrestle yet.
Doesn't matter in Japan.
He showed up. There were a lot of spots, and this was definitely one of them that was very
well. They said he's the EVP. They said he's the VP now.
Yeah, he's the new EVP. Yeah. He took over for Christopher Daniels, who looked like he was going to cry when he said he wasn't EVP anymore. He's like, I'm no longer
joy.
I can't be blamed for this shit. Anymore. No one's going to blame me. By the way, he looks like every one of my poor relatives when they go to a funeral. The shirt is way too untucked. The tie that's just terrible for the shirt that he's wearing. I mean, it matched, but it was just not solid shirt. Whatever. I don't know. He looks like he looks like everybody that I've ever seen be a Paul Barrett. One of my friends. Terrible. Oh yes. All right, final match. Okay, Okada. So we're gonna get Okada, Kenny Omega again. Okada, Kenny Omega 12.
Probably eventually if he gets cleared.
The best of 32.
I love it. Run it all year long.
365 days of
check out those ratings at the 9 o'clock hour. Mm-hmm. All right, final match. John Moxley, Hangman, Adam Page, Jay White, Orange Cassidy for the AEW World Briefcase title. John Moxley retains here. No shocker here that this match started out with these three guys beating the shit out of each other. Why?
Moxley?
They were going to attack Moxley, but Moxley rolled out of the ring. And then argue.
No. They argued. Then Orange went diving through and
hit him with the
blocked him.
Okay,
and then they all followed to the outside. Because remember, they gave Moxley the shield power bomb through the table and split the back of his neck open or whatever it was.
I've never seen anybody bleed from the back of their head.
Mm-hmm.
I love the innovator of bleeding. Moxley has found another way to bleed. I love it. It's good shit.
I was semi hoping for a small spinal injury there, just
Wow.
but
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Had
if he gets a
couple
spinal
ref-
injury,
had a
he
couple
won't
ref bumps in that match too.
yeah. Did we have? I don't remember.
Yeah, there was one because Pockets had Moxley pinned, and the ref was on the outside of the ring, knocked out. And then I think when that was the first one, and I
Was
think
that
at the
is that
end,
where what's his name grabbed his ankle, yanked him out of the ring?
yeah, Hangman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him out of the ring. Anyway, we're not impressed with this match. We all knew Moxley was going to win.
And we knew the Death Riders were going to be all over the place.
Yeah. Wheeler Yuta, the MVP of this match. Yeah, he was everywhere in this match. He was everywhere. Threw that knee at the end to help Moxley get that win. And then we get, nobody cares about the match. We get the return. Well, not even the return. Maybe May TV. FTR shows up. They come down. And then we get the most ridiculous return of Adam Copeland. Why does he have to run from one side of the stage? If you're a badass, you come right down to the middle with rated. What are they rated? FTR.
FDR.
Yeah. So you come down with your guys. Nah, he sprints across to one side of the ring and he works the crowd. And he sprints to the other side and he works the crowd. And he looks older than he's ever looked.
I was waiting for him to roll his ankle or get a knee injury.
Knee injury.
When he ran out, as soon as I saw that hair, I immediately thought, fucking heat miser. He looked like the fucking heat miser. So they get into it, beat the shit out of Moxley's group. I think Yuta took the what's the finisher? Shatter Machine. Is that what they're calling it? What was it called in WWE?
Shatter Machine there too.
Was that what it was called there too?
Yeah.
So
anyway, I guess
Moxley eats a spear.
Yeah, Moxley eats the terrible spear from the Heat Miser. That was terrible. It was terrible. The ending, the whole I don't know. I just they don't do it for me. Adam Copeland doesn't. He just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. Long hair Adam Copeland. Different.
I'd rather seen a Christian Cage cash in.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did show him a few times up in the crowd. He was pretty pissed off when rated.
Adam, don't call me Edge. Copeland came back.
It's terrible.
The writers in the back. How can we get around this rated R stuff? Rated FTR.
Hook was there too.
He was in the next bowl section over, like
in the empty section.
Pointing at Nick Wayne's mom.
Yeah, he's doing this. Good job, Nick. Yeah. So, all right. 1 through 5 pizza cutters, boys. What do you give it? Scott,
I give it.
Ricky. Fuck it, Rob.
Why do you do 1 through 5 on this one? It's usually 1 through 10.
You want to do 1 through 10? Because I don't know that there's a 10 rating out there for any of these WWE.
Well, I wasn't gonna give it a 10. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, 1 through 10 if it makes you feel better.
We got to keep it consistent.
All right. We'll keep it consistent.
I'll give it 5 then.
5 pizza cutters. All right.
Well, it changes my rating. 3.5 pizza cutters.
Okay.
So.
Out of 10 or 5?
If I can say, here's why for me.
No, same. Same.
The one of the biggest reasons this, like, it wasn't just the matches that made things drag for me. It was the commentary. Like I literally, I'm sitting there and I'm listening to Shivani and Excalibur, and I'm like guys, like if it were any other commentary team, like I would be completely fine with it. Like I honestly wish, like I know JR's getting up there, but if it were JR and Taz, I could listen to that all day long. But freaking Shivani and Excalibur drove me up a freaking wall, and like that's honestly one of the biggest reasons my patience waned with this thing. And like after freaking Takeshita and Hobbs, I really started zoning out. I just like I dozed off a few times. I was just like
Jay,
it didn't it drained me to listen to these guys and listen to Shivani's freaking like that's great Excalibur. Oh, this is amazing. Like all the like useless commentary that made no difference in
there was a lot of sentences started and never finished.
yes.
That's a lot of
JR sounded like he was announcing like a golf tournament on TV. Like he's not.
He
I
said
mean,
he
I know
loves
he's not.
tournaments. I
I
love
know
tournaments.
he's not the same JR. He's not going to scream and say "damn it" and "by God" and all that shit anymore. But man, just sounds like he was sitting there just reading a piece of paper.
Well, no, and here's the other thing that with the JR commentary now, when he's listening to Excalibur and Shivani going, doing their little whatever they do, like you can hear JR's verbal eye rolls. Like he's literally talking.
I don't believe that. I think JR is very happy that there's somebody not screaming in his ear, or there's not someone screaming at him in the back, or his wife's not falling off of a long
Jesus.
moped. I think he is happy being just still around the business.
Now, I disagree because I heard there were times, especially in the last match, the parts I was awake for, I heard JR just like give friggin' Excalibur that verbal eye roll, just like what do you like in his words, what are you talking about? Because it just he sounded exasperated listening to friggin' Excalibur. So yeah, no, I disagree. I don't think I think he honestly I think he's there for the money. He's not there for the business, and it's sad because a guy with that kind of legacy, to have his career watered down to that point where people are going to remember him over the last few years for what little he's done with AEW.
Nobody's going to give a shit about that. They're all what did Ricky say a few minutes ago? What do you remember JR from?
By God, by
that's
God.
Right. JR has done so many matches over the years.
Austin.
Right. White meat baby face. Like these are things you're gonna remember JR for. You're not gonna remember the JR commentated.
Oh God, I would put barbecue sauce on that.
John Moxley.
Angel set me on fire.
So you're gonna remember all this stuff from JR. This stuff's here is just like, I don't know.
So I'll give it 6 pizza cutters out of 10. Only because like it was a very strong start with the first few matches, but the finish was very slow. And again, like, not trying to beat the horse dead here, but that fucking Mercedes Moné match again just sucked the goddamn life out of me.
Well, Rob, did you give your pizza cutters yet?
Yeah, I said 5.
Oh, you did. Okay. I'm gonna give it 5 myself. I don't think it was as bad as Scotty said, and I don't think it is as good as Ricky said for sure. But it started strong. I don't think there was only 2 matches that were really kind of just, I don't know. There wasn't a match on this show, I don't think, except for the Powerhouse Hobbs match that I think could have been on the pre-show. Like the rest of these were like good matches to be on this show. They didn't slip in some off fucking match that no one cares about. Like most of these matches made sense, except for again the Takeshita. I know
the Dynamite diamond ring could have been on Dynamite.
Yeah,
which one, the gold or the silver one?
Stick them both on a.
The gold one's for pay-per-view.
Okay, that's what it is. That's the gold one's pay-per-view. They even showed the silver one in the package.
Well, you remember they had to get a new one because the other one was stolen.
Oh.
So, real life, I think he just lost it. I think he threw it right before the contract talks, and then he wished he knew where he threw it. So. Well, we were surprised no Hurt Syndicate.
A little bit.
Yeah, no Bobby Lashley at the end of the year. I don't know. Big part of AEW right now. is Bobby Lashley in his group, so I thought for sure that we'd see something of them, but nothing.
And they keep burying Shelby B.
No, I don't know if they're burying him. He had a pretty good run in his classic. Yeah, in the tournament, he'll do better in the next tournament. Which starts January 1st. No, I was kidding.
Oh God!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, that's gonna do it here for Hard Way Wrestling. We are boring, boys. It just was not a great review for us. I don't think it just was like, We watched it.
Are we not going over the points?
Oh, do you want to go over the points?
Let's go over the points.
Let's do it. So we have a fantasy league that we do. It is on Patreon. If you want to join the fantasy league, you must join to subscribe to Patreon. It's $5 a month. You get some extra things there, and you get to join the fantasy league. I have the fantasy league points right here,
listen,
Rob.
Just here's the thing. Just your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, your brother, whatever. Just tell them to go to Duncan one less time of the month, and you can afford the Patreon.
Hey, listen,
what are those?
He's not wrong.
Those fucking drinks are expensive.
Yeah,
those drinks are expensive. All right, so scores from the final scores for the year. Scores from World's End. Rob with 36 points. Perfect card. Good job, Rob. Good job. Yeah. Good job.
Even the squirrel gets a nut every now and again.
I can't. The guy who finished dead last in the league got a perfect score. Congratulations. He's the smartest guy on the short bus at Harvard. Myself, I had 35 points. I had the 1 point I lost was on Okada. He won that match. I had it on
Ocean Spray.
So Scotty with 34 points. Good little run there for Scotty. Scotty Damien'd his card. He went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know.
He always does that on anything that has more than 5 matches.
Yeah. So Scotty 34 points. Randy 33 points. Ricky 32 points. I think you put money on Statlander.
Yeah, I missed Statlander and Okada.
So you guys should have got your email. Did you get an email this morning with your updated point stuff? Okay. Jesse 31 points and Micah with 24. Micah swung for the fences. Micah swung for the fucking fences. So season ending totals. Dead last, Scotty with 92 points. He missed the card in there. Otherwise, he'd have been right up there with everybody else. He missed the card, and he didn't cash in his money in the bank. Unbelievable. So, Rob with 99 points. Wayne Gretzky. Micah with 98. I had them backwards for some reason. So Micah is behind Rob. Jesse with 103. Jesse, he did. Jesse with 103. Ricky 106. Randy 109. And still, your Hard Way Wrestling Fantasy League champion. I got to count the days. I've held this belt since night 1 of WrestleMania. So
night 2.
Is it night 2?
It was night 2.
Night 2. I am on a road. That's it. Guys, I'm going to need you to acknowledge. Jonathan. I am on a Roman Reigns type run with this title. The longest holding, and I do the points.
Who won the Money in the Bank, by the way?
What do you mean?
Was this pay-per-view for a Money in the Bank?
No.
Why was there a tiebreaker?
Just in case at the end of the thing there was a tie.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, did anybody get the time, by the way?
No. Everybody was way over. Everybody was in the 20s.
Yeah, because you would think a fatal 4-way would last longer than 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Do we know how long the Moné match was?
I never went back and look. I mean,
too long.
Because I knew it had to be longer than the 4-way, right? Like,
I think that was
yes. Uh, 24 minutes.
24 minutes too long.
I'd had it. We
I said
Moné match.
I said 23 even.
Live, then recorded breaking 24 minutes. Statlander lay motionless on the floor, count of 9. Yes, 24 minutes.
24 minutes too long.
Yeah,
The real main event, boys.
that's that's Ricky. It's the main event. Moné Love, meet her in the middle. So, anyway, that's gonna do it here for Highway Wrestling. Fantasy League starts back over in January. I'll have the list. We will be adding Saturday night's main event. There's not a lot of pay-per-views. Most of them come in start of February, but I think there's one or two. Do we want to keep it the way it is, or do we want to add ROH? Do we want to add Impact? Do we want to, or TNA? Do we want to add any of those other ones?
I like it.
Keep it the way it is.
I like
think
it.
Okay.
Plus, if you get more people, it's going to get, I think, more confusing.
I mean, yeah, you got to pay attention. It's fantasy. It's fantasy league. You got to pay. It's like fantasy football. You got to fucking pay attention. Got to pay attention. So, anyway, if you have anybody that would like to join the fantasy league, or you would like to join the fantasy league yourself, it's $5 a month. Can't beat it. The link is in our bio, or you can message one of us. We'll get you the link. Scotty just picked up a new YouTube guy the other day. First thing I would have said to that guy, "Hey, Kris, do you want to join our fantasy league?"
QR code.
Kris has got the QR code because he joined up on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Kris,
Go give us a like. Go give us a subscribe. We're everywhere. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram is about to hit 1,000 followers. So we're moving. We're moving right along. So anyway, let's go do it. We'll be back next week with our prediction show. Predictions for the year. Rob, if you'd love to join us, we'd love to have you. Looks like at this point, T-Bone will not be back with Hardway Wrestling. He has picked up another job, and it keeps him from. It's going to keep him from Hardway for most of the time. So that might be it for T-Bone. So T-Bone, thank you very much. Good end of the year for T-Bone. I think he finished the last 6 months with us. So, but we're always looking to fill that hole.
Just a hole filler is all I am.
Yeah. You could be a permanent camera 4.
Not my hole.
No, my hole.
My hole.
my hole.
Anyway, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
On the hard way.
Peace.
Huh?